What about playing against your brother?
No, looking forward to it, and it's his first game back for a while, and he's been playing good footy. So, as much as I want to beat West Coast, I hope Mitch has a great game.
I'm Rob Brown.
And I'm Sue Brown, and we're Nathan and Mitchell Brown's parents. I guess how the boys started to play was through the school, through St Patrick's College in Ballarat. At the time they were playing basketball at quite a reasonable level and doing that all the time, and I tried my hardest to keep them out of football because of the injuries, but somehow they were found.
I actually did athletics, and that's where I met Sue on the running track.
My claim to fame is with ballroom dancing, so I've got a dance background, so combination of two, somehow we've produced two AFL players.
My brothers and myself and my father, we used to go to Vic Park as kids and watch Collingwood, so that's where I've come from. Mitchell barracked for Collingwood, and Nathan was a Carlton supporter. Their older brother Cam barracked for Collingwood, so but we never could persuade Nathan to come across, but we left him as he was. Yeah.
And I don't back for anybody. So.
Sue swings.
Who's got the better Brown? Oh, that's easy, mate. Mitch.
Don't listen to these guys.
Nathan's a premiership player.
No. Don't smile, you don't want to
He's a premiership player.
West Coast will win, absolutely.
Nah. Go the Pies.
Oh, Mitch Brown, definitely. Both got dicky knees.
Nathan's better. Go the Pies!
As kids, they dreamt of running around the G, so yeah, we're just really proud of them that they're out there and doing what they love. Pies by a couple of points.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be nice to have a draw though, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to have a draw, but look, home game, I'm going to go for Collingwood, and it's such an important game, and I'd love to see Collingwood do really well. Maybe, yeah, a couple of points, and then it's a close game, so I hope it's exciting.
Match of the round underway at the home of football. Selwood, who's been in outstanding form, took Chris Judd to the cleaners last week with the opening clearance. Shuey goes back, Waters, now Hearn, now they can go forward finally. Pritis.
Come on, boys.
Advantage paid, so Beams takes off, runs to 50, has to deliver, and delivers on cue. Thomas getting plenty of it early, side bottom to Maxwell. They are hot, the Pies. Cloak edges his opponent, McKenzie out, runs in, open goal.
That's a good start for Collingwood.
Bounced it to Fasolo, Beams, Brown. Gets under it a little. Could have attempted the mark, Mitch Brown, and the two Brown twins playing against each other for just the second time.
Oh, through his brother.
Draws to O'Brien, who steps hill. Can kick a long bomb. Goes for goal. Touched on the line. Mitch Brown, fingernail on it.
Brownie. Onion, Mitch.
Well done, Mitch. Sorry.
Play on advantage. Cloak, there's no one in the square. He could go for home and roll it. He dumps it. It's low. It skids. It is a beautiful kick.
G-Travis close done well.
Dawes manhandled. No free.
See Mitch Brown coming off. I think he's got a bit of claret running from the nose. Just watch this. He's trying to spoil the ball.
The siren about to sound. He plays on. We're down to 1 second. Hearn on the buzzer. Can't nail it. Boy, would that have silenced the crowd.
Still close.
Good quarter for Collingwood.
You didn't catch me before, did you? When Mitch came off, when Mitch came all blood over his face, my heart just went started going like this. Oh no, oh no. So.
They're doing all right. They're doing all right.
West Coast Eagles are the best last quarter team in the AFL this year. They've only lost 2, the least of any team in the comp. They are still in this.
Substitutes been made, boys. Tom Swift into the game and Mitchell Brown out.
I hope his face is all right. Now I'm back.
Yeah.
That's what he has ahead of him. It's a 3-point game, and this one has hit fever pitch. Hill back of the pack. They flick the switch to West Coast, and they steal the lead from Collingwood.
The game swung in it.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot more of the ball.
For 6 goals in a row. Lynch flies, and that's a splendid pluck by Brown.
Oh, nice.
Brownie.
61-degree angle to give Collingwood the lead with 6 minutes 45 left. Fans on the edge of their seats. Floats it, Dane Swan, pocket, kickable by his enormous standards. Kicks toward goal, bends it back. Not enough.
Would have been handy.
This might be their last roll of the dice. Gav, Selwood, and it opens up for them. And Darling. Darling wants it long. Brennan sees him. Needs to be a good kick. It's a wobbler. Darling goes up.
Reedy, Ben. Yes. On your knee.
Towed away. Side bottom the sidestep. Dangerous kick. 15 seconds left. Thomas attacks it hard. Cut off. Rolls the glass. Hands it up to Hearn. Bang. Dispossessed. Thomas gathers. They should win at Collingwood. Kicks it wide. And here's one of the most magnificent sounds in the world. 70,000 Collingwood fans in full cry.
Hey. Hey, mate, how are you? Good game, mate. Yeah.
Mum in the West Coast rooms.
Yeah, she's just gone to see what happened to Mitch.
No, your favourites are.
Oh,
Thanks.
well done.
man.
Yeah, he's
Man, I didn't bump into you too much. Not at all. Yeah. No, I was a bit disappointed with that. I tried to sneak down a couple of times, but didn't manage it. I must admit, when you got a few big spoils in and that, I was just like, yeah, good job. I got subbed off, and then you took that. I saw you took that good grab in the last quarter. That's pretty good. You run out on the field and you slip over, and she worries. She's with all our injuries throughout our career, Mum's built up a huge sort of I don't know what do you call it, a bit of a anxiety every time we play and that. But we just walking around the house sometimes. She's scared we're going to get an injury.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
I saw Dawsey go past. We'll go get him in the car park. I'll go baseball back in the car. We'll take his legs out. Yeah, take cover. Good plan. It's always good to come over here and see him, and all our mates as well. We've got the same mates, so yeah. No, I love it. I miss him a fair bit, and it's good to have him back, and even better to have him out on the G. We both grew up loving the G, and we still do. And to play footy against each other out there, it's the second best thing to playing with each other. So it's fantastic. It's definitely one of my dreams is to play AFL footy with him one day. So hopefully that'll happen. We're going to walk back to Ballarat, are we? I think we're going to go out here. Let's go.
G'day, I'm Tony Shaw and welcome to Vintage Collingwood, brought to you by Get Wines Direct.
Now, 36 has had a great history at the Collingwood Footy Club. Of course, Sav Rocker, one of our greatest goal kickers, was number 36. Our own Brownlow medalist of today, Dane Swan, number 36. But it was never better or bigger than in the 70s and 80s. The man, number 36, they called him the Incredible Hulk, Rene Kink. Kinky, great to see you, mate.
Lovely to see you,
How are you, mate?
There's only 136. Left foot, right foot. But please, welcome to my store.
Yeah.
420 Spencer Street, tools and electrical.
Mate, I'm here to talk football.
Oh, sorry, mate. We'll get into that later on.
Anything you're going to flog me before I get out of here?
No. I'll probably send you and take you with a log splitter before you leave.
All right. Let's go and talk about footy, mate. The 80s, fantastic. Great to see you. Now, as a youngster, 17-year-old, probably you couldn't get a bigger initiation into VFL football then, a preliminary final on your first game.
Yeah, I played, when I was 16, Tony, I played 4 games, and my first full game was in that preliminary final in 73 against Richmond when I came on and kicked 3 goals for. Oh. It was an absolute thrill, and it feels and seems so long ago, and it was just marvellous. But to be able to have the opportunity at 16 to play VFL football was pretty special.
There to the goal square, the players quiet to mark. Kink is marked. The kid, the 16-year-old schoolboy from Melbourne, dead set pressure goal. 20 metres out, he kicked.
But everybody saw you as strong. But I've never seen a person who can kick left and right foot. Even the modern day player doesn't kick left and right foot as well as what you did.
I had no problem when I did turn to my left. I could, kick the ball long or pretty well short. And we weren't kicking short in those days, so we weren't taught to kick short. It was always kick long and kick to a position and kick to the next line of attack, whatever it may have been.
You played in a lot of losing grand finals. Tell us memories of the grand finals that you played in.
Oh, there's no question about 77. One of the greatest memories of that grand final, when I've looked at that grand final a couple of times, the disgraceful condition of the football ground.
Yeah.
Compared to what they play now. And I've looked at players just having the ball go sideways and over their head and bounce all over the place, and should never have happened and wouldn't have happened. It would have been a very different game from the skill point of view. Of course, 79, that was another game that was there to be won, and what can you say? The ball's over the boundary line. Did Harms hit it back or didn't he? Look, we were there, and it just, so many things could be so different if we had have won those grand finals.
It's rolling towards the boundary line, and Harms almost makes ground. He takes it back to shoulder.
Now, mate, you were big, you were strong, but the first job you ever had while you were at Collingwood was a hairdresser. Now tell us how...
Ladies' hairdresser, yeah.
Ladies, now, what was the name of it? Kinky hair.
Kinky hair was big. It was big, mate. Big in the late 70s.
Did they just swarm in? The women? That was it?
Yeah, I asked God for an extra day at the end of the week, but he wouldn't give me one. No, not really. It's fantastic. No,
did you do a course, or you just make it up, or,
No, I went and did a fully qualified ladies' hairdressing course.
What about the other thing I know, that you could always handle yourself. You love boxing. You trained a lot. Yeah, you really... And you threw a couple. I remember one, I think you might have missed, was it Swan Mackay? You missed his chin by half an inch.
Yeah, I broke his nose.
Oh, you got his nose, did you?
Yeah, because I used to see his wife at the Victoria Market at the fruit shop there, where I used to do a little bit of moonlighting at lunchtime from the salon, and she wouldn't come up the aisle there to buy her fruit because she'd saw me. She hated me.
But a fair bump, I thought. Careful, Rene, you're gone, son.
Well, one part that you did play was, I thought you might have won an Academy or an Oscar for your role in the club. Tanko Donahue?
Oh, yeah, he was big.
Out of the club?
He was huge, out of the club. Yeah, how wonderful was that? What another wonderful experience that I was able to experience in my life. People still talk about it because the film's still on TV every now and then. You can get it at the DVD shop, and you've got to watch it 2 or 3 times to really appreciate it. But the friendships that were forged with the stars of that movie, Jack Thompson, of course,
were you in the
John Howard.
Yeah, were you in the Nud in one of the scenes there?
A little bit of a nutty thing, got the towel coming from the social club. I think I wrote that episode in there, but that, you got to do those sort of things.
Just to get the Hulk out there.
Get the Hulk out there, show what it's all about. But no, it was just great, and just loved it. And fortunate, another wonderful period of my football career that will live with me forever.
120,000 for that rabbit.
Suck.
Right.
I've always said, just pinch me, it's black and white blood will come out. You know, it's my home and I love it. And, you know, and I love everyone who's down there, and I think Eddie's done a wonderful job, and the committee over a long period of time, you know, and it hasn't changed that much, but being a life member and to be involved with so many great players that I've played with over a long period of time, and of course we lost our great mate Len Thompson, and you know, I played with Len and I loved him, and you know, Graham Jenkins is probably the nicest guy I've ever played with or been involved with in AFL football. They're the things that you still live for and want to be involved with Collingwood, because it's such a special place.
Like Kink fumbles, has a snapshot for goal. He's put it through for another amazing goal.
So what's happening in your life now and the future for Rene Kink?
I've got a little property up the country involved with my partner, and I've always wanted to put grapes in, and maybe I'll throw a few grapes in and give everyone a drop of the Kink ink before too long. Which is not a bad little label.
Now, mate, before the drop of the Kink ink comes out, on behalf of Get Wines Direct, here it is, 2 crates of the President's Selection. It is a beautiful drop. We thank you for coming on Vintage Collingwood, and I knew it'd be great. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Well,
firstly, is this from Eddie's collection, because it's a President's collection? But if it is, I'm happy to drink it. But before we go, the Mendo table and 4 chairs is on special at the moment at $3.69. So jump on board. You'll love it. It's an outdoor setting, and it's a winner.
Thanks, Rene.
Thanks very much, Tony. Happy.
Good on you, Kinky.
One of the greats of the Collingwood Football Club, Rene Kink, and all thanks to GetWinesDirect.com. Check it out. Some great value. GetWinesDirect.com. Well, from a legend to a man who's making his way in AFL football. He's played just 4 games. He joins us on the club. Jamie Elliott. Jamie, welcome. Great to have you on board, mate.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Well, you've got a really interesting story, because you were born in Lorne, Victoria, but you lived right around the country.
Yeah, so I was born in Lorne, and at a very early age we moved around a lot. So we moved to WA in Dongra, a small town, and then when I was about 10, my father, who was diagnosed with cancer, he went to Queensland to visit his parents. So at that time, Mum made the decision for us to move up to Queensland because the surgeons up there wanted to specialise and see my father up there. So we moved up to Queensland, up to Hervey Bay, where my dad's parents lived. And we, around that time, we moved around 3 times, I think, and then we finished up in Mackay. We lived there for about 1.5 years, and that's when he passed, we eventually moved down to Euroa, and that's where I got picked up from.
And so you were just 13 years of age when your dad passed away?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
That must have been, well, hard to even put it into words.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard time for our family, especially for Mum. But she's a strong woman, and she really pulled us through, and she's a really strong woman, and I'm really grateful to have her around us, and she pulled us through in the end. Got some photos here of your dad. Of course, you were front and centre in the first family photo, but a few lobsters and cricket. He was obviously a great sports person. Yeah, he loved sport, and he loved going fishing, and at every opportunity we used to go fishing and crayfishing early in the morning. Used to get up about 6 in the morning before school, go get some crays and then come back. So, no, it was a great time in my life, and, yeah, I loved it. And that's obviously where you've got all your sporting ability from. I think so. Mum likes to take credit for that, but I think most of my sporting ability came from my father. He loved cricket, loved footy, and, yeah, so I'm just trying to follow in his footsteps and make him proud. And you played a bit of basketball when you were a kid as well? Yeah, I played basketball when I was about 8 years old in Dongra, and I played for a couple of years. Played a lot of school sport, but nothing too serious, and then just found my way in football the most, and yeah, I've followed that till now. In 2010, you played for the Murray Bushrangers, Jamie, and then you also played a couple of games with Collingwood in the VFL team. Yeah, so I played roughly 6 to 7 games with Murray Bushrangers in the TAC Cup, and then I was lucky enough to get a letter from Collingwood, and they invited me to play a couple of games with them in their VFL side, and I didn't go too bad in those, but obviously I've shown enough, and that's where I am now. Absolutely, and you didn't have to go through the normal thing that teenagers had to go through, sitting through a national draft, because you were pre-selected, so you could sit back and just enjoy it. Yeah, obviously it's a very anxious time for those boys that have to wait for the draft in November, but I was fortunate enough where Collingwood took me in the first day of trade week, and I didn't have to wait through that time and be anxious about it. Well, mate, stick around. We're going to talk to more of Jamie Elliott after the break on The Club.
For the
Yes, what a great way to start your AFL career. Big win with our guest, Jamie Elliott, over the Crows there. You and Marley Williams in the circle, mate. That must have been a massive thrill for you.
It was. Me and Marley were very excited, especially before the game. We were very nervous. I wasn't lucky enough, but I had the vest on for the first 3 quarters, so my nerves didn't really get to me that much. And in the last quarter, I felt like I was ready to go, and the nerves weren't there. But it was a very exciting time for me and Marley, and definitely remember that for a long time. And
you've both kept your spot in the team over the last four weeks, which is even better.
Yep, so obviously with injuries you're going to have opportunities, and that was one of my goals at the start of the season, is really when that opportunity presents itself, just take it with 2 hands, and hopefully I can keep doing that and keep impressing, and then just play my role and keep my spot.
Well, speaking of taking things on with 2 hands, mate, that's exactly what you did last Saturday at the MCG against West Coast. What about this marking? This is quite incredible. Final quarter, chips were down, tough game, tight, tough tussle, and you were able to produce that?
Yeah, well, back in the day, I liked to jump for the ball, and obviously now I want to feel comfortable and play how I used to play instead of just holding back and trying to play that small man role. So I like to jump at the ball, and that's hopefully what I'm going to continue doing. Now,
I'm sure you'd endorse this, that all Collingwood fans can jump on the AFL website and vote for that as the mark of the year, mate. So we'd encourage everyone to do that, of course.
Definitely, get on board.
Now, what about the rest of the season? You've got some big games coming up.
Yep, so obviously we're going to take it week by week, but we got Freo this week, and hopefully we can just play as good as we did against West Coast. Obviously, we want to win this game and then hopefully get into finals really prepared and, yeah, just hit it with all forces going.
Very exciting, and your opportunity is there. 3-game home memberships. Now, this includes a reserve seat, so make sure you get onto the website. You can choose any of the blockbusters of the home games coming up for the rest of the season. Jamie, it's been great having you on the club, mate. We wish you all the best for the rest of the season. You've played 4 games. Let's hope you can play a lot more and even participate in September. It'd be pretty exciting.
It'd be very exciting. Thanks for having me.
Good on you. Jamie Elliott, young star with the Collingwood Football Club.